My first UDL guideline is mastery-oriented feedback, and this is giving the student feedback right away that is constructive and specific to what they're doing. So instead of saying good job or you did really well, you can give them something more specific. So one thing I found was this chart of different phrases you could say to the student. So looking at teach adaptive learning strategies, I found I noticed that you are thinking deeply about blank. That is kind of thinking that is going to help you improve even more. And I feel like that is a really good sentence to give your student because it's really specific and it lets them know the one thing that they are doing really well. And I feel like giving students really specific feedback not only helps them like see what they're doing well, but it gives them something to take away from their learning instead of just saying, "Oh, good job, like you did really well on this." Um, and then it goes into feedback phrases to avoid, and some of them are "You are so smart," "You got a great grade on this," and the last one kind of makes me sad because I don't know why students would even say this, but it's "I know you didn't do as well on the first test you wanted to. The next test has easier concepts, so I'm sure you'll do better next time." And I feel like this is just giving the student low expectations, and it just bothers me that a teacher would even say this to a student. Um, my second UDL was foster collaboration and community. So this is more so just having a classroom environment that focuses on collaboration and community, even like community involvement, but also that classroom community. So making sure you create an environment that has specific goals and responsibilities, and even an environment that students can feel comfortable in and learn really effectively in. So the one website I found was Building Collaborative Community, and it kind of talks about how collaboration is really key to have a successful community and making sure that you have really good collaboration because in a community people have different opinions. So having students having different opinions, once you create that community, it will be okay and every student will respect each other's opinions. Um, this website didn't have any reviews or like cost or anything. It's kind of just an informational to remind you how to build a collaborative community. And this mastery oriented feedback chart didn't really have any reviews or costs or anything. It's kind of something that you can just print out as a guide for you to look at random times when you're struggling on how to give feedback to a student. And I feel like it's a really good reminder for what kind of feedback we should be giving versus the feedback we should not be getting. Another thing for community building is my activities that I have on my website on Weebly. I feel like having a really strong community building activities in the first week can really help the environment of your classroom. So the different ones I have are pick a stick, so just having different questions on each stick and the students pick one and they have to answer it. Classroom treasure hunt, so this is just having students search for important things in the classroom that they will eventually need in the future. Student jobs, so some of them I have listed are line leader, caboose, materials manager, board cleaner, librarian, lunch counter, etc. Friendship web is you start with a ball of yarn with one person and then that person throws it to somebody they know. So they have to say their name and then toss it. And then eventually everyone will get the yarn, everyone will know each other's names, and then you try and see if you can do it backwards. Whole class mystery reward, and then I have classroom puzzle, new friend interview, kindness board, stand up, sit down, and classroom promise. I feel like this these all are really good ways to create an environment that accepts students for who they are, an environment that you can really have your students go through and work together and collaborate.